Hi everybody, I'm Dave Gove with Coldwell Banker Realty here in Truckee, California, and today I'm with
Katie Rice from Guild Mortgage here in Truckee.
How you doing, Katie?
I'm great today.
Good.
Yeah.
So interesting times out there. Where are we with mortgage rates and what's happened since the last time we met?
Well, today they're at about 5.35, and it's been a roller coaster since we've met.
Hey, what's up everybody? My name's Dave Gove. I service the North Lake Tahoe and Truckee, California region, and I help buyers and sellers, investors and developers achieve their real estate goals.
We had the Fed raise the Fed funds rate by 0.75.
Right?
To hopefully, their goal is to slow down inflation.
Okay.
And yeah, so it's just been kind of a roller coaster. If somebody speaks and says something very hawkish, then the markets have changed. So
right.
The mortgage rates actually went down after the Fed meeting because again, mortgage rates aren't just directly.
Right.
A lot of people think when the Fed raises rates that it's going to raise your rate for all mortgages, where in fact it really raises your rates for the banks borrowing money. So it's your home equity lines, it's your credit cards, it's those type of things that get raised. So while it can have an effect, it's not directly related. So
right, so the feds don't actually set the interest rates for homes, they set the
Correct.
rates for banks to borrow and lend to each other. So now we're at 5.35?
Correct.
And the height of last month, what we saw some numbers at what, 6.25?
Yeah, we were tipping at 6.
Okay, all right, so now we're coming back down, so that is a good thing.
Yeah.
Inflation is still a problem. That's a bad thing.
They can't see if they have inflation under control yet. And so basically you're probably going to see the Fed raise once more at the next meeting. They'll probably raise the rates by about 0.75 again. And the reason they're doing that is because they are always 1 month behind on all the reports to see if they have had the opportunity to stop inflation from running wild and
Got
making
it.
it more expensive.
So when's the next meeting?
We're in August, it's in September. Sorry, summer heat's gotten to me.
And it's been a crazy summer.
Yes.
So the next Fed meeting is in September.
Correct.
So we're at 5.35 right
Yeah.
now, probably gonna be stable with that until that meeting-ish.
No, not necessarily. I mean,
Okay.
again, if somebody comes out and says something that rocks the world, because again, the mortgage-backed world is affected by more than just one thing. So it can be something that happens globally that can affect our mortgage-backed rates. Basically, do people want to buy mortgage-backed securities? Those are long-term investments for people. So do they want to buy those?
Yeah.
And there is some talk that the mortgage-backed securities is a little oversold.
Mm-hmm.
That means there's not as many people who want it.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's less people that want it, you can't your mortgage rates can't go really up because there's no investors who want to buy that. So in the future, you asked me about the prediction for the future, they are predicting that maybe by the end of the year, early next year, they would go down.
Rates.
Rates.
Right, okay, so, which gets us to an interesting point because we're still seeing inflation, the cost of goods going up. So, and it seems like the cost of housing has leveled off. At least that's what we're seeing on our end, you know, and by leveled off, I mean, we're not seeing these big $100,000 over ask, commitments by buyers.
Correct.
The buyers were a little bit buyers were just waiting a little bit, trying to see what was going on. Sellers were kind of still wanting to get super high value. I'm starting to see sellers come in now with a more realistic approach to the market of like, okay, I'm not gonna ask for this crazy number. Let's get a reasonable number and get my house sold.
Yes.
Yeah. I personally think that this is gonna be is it still a good time to buy?
Yes.
And even if rates are gonna go down, you can just refi into that lower payment.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. I am 150% with you, and I'm kind of wondering why the heck people aren't getting off the fence because, and I don't mean an insult to anyone this way, but it can be a herd mentality.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, everybody's off the fence now and waiting. Well, when you are brave, you will make decisions based on your situation, and that's when a lot of people during quote recessions have become millionaires.
Right.
By making sure to look at, is there a good value there, and is it something I wanted? And real estate has always been such a stable investment. Yes, it has its ups and downs,
Sure.
but not like a stock where you buy a stock and it could be out of business.
Sure, yeah.
So it's a very secure thing. So I am like shocked more people are not getting off the fence with all these opportunities for a lot of the housing.
Yeah, we've seen a huge number of increased number in the amount of inventory. And right now sellers are negotiating with buyers again. I think long term, you'll look back on this time, and if you waited to buy real estate, you'll regret not buying it at this point. And by long term, I'm talking 5, 10, 15 years.
Yes, not short term,
right.
Of course,
yes. Yeah. And there'll be lots of opportunities in that time to refinance anytime that you can capture that lower rate.
Yes.
But the way things are going with inflation and the fact that Washington seems to just continue to print money like there's no, constraint to it, we're gonna be seeing these housing values over the long term up another 50%, in my humble opinion.
Absolutely, and I'm not sure what will happen. I don't think any of us, like you said, have had a crystal ball to this, but I do think that the fact that the sellers are willing to give a little bit, they can also buy a buyer's rate down.
That's right.
So then that buyer wouldn't even have to maybe refinance later, but it takes an expert real estate agent like yourself to be able to talk to the buyer and the seller and bring them together to get those type of situations happening. And I think that's where our market right now is really in need of helping people become educated on what this market is. And it's not a simple one-stop answer for everybody. Everybody's situation is going to be different, but coming together and really knowing what's going on, working with your seller, working with your buyer,
absolutely,
and bringing them together to it takes a lot of skill. Your job is taking a lot of skill right now.
Well, so does yours too. I mean, it takes a knowledgeable lender too to help you navigate that stuff and figure out how to buy into cheaper rates and so on and so forth. So with that, if you do need any mortgage advice, please reach out to Katie Rice. Her contact information is going to be right here on the screen. And if you need any tips or tricks on real estate or help buying, investing, or developing real estate in North Lake Tahoe and Truckee, you can give me a call. I'm Dave Gove with Caldwell Banker Realty in Truckee, and this is
Katie Rice with Guild Mortgage in Truckee.
All right, we'll see you guys next time.